402 Construction methods. All sanitary sewer mains shall be constructed in accordance with the specifications herein outlined and in conformity with the required lines, grades, and details shown on the plans and as directed by the engineer. Successful passage of the air test, as described under TCEQ criteria, shall be required for the acceptance of the mains. 1 ductile iron pipe 24 inches, 24, and smaller shall rest on an undisturbed earth foundations where stable bedding conditions exist, continuously throughout its length, true to line and grade. When bell and spigot pipe is used, the position of the pipe bells shall be determined by measurement, and cross excavation just adequate to admit the pipe bells without bearing shall be cut. It is specifically provided, however, that if rock occurs in boulder ledge or coarse gravel formations at the bearing level, it shall be removed to a depth of not less than 6 inches, 6, below the lowest bearing level of the pipe and replaced with approved select bedding material in conformance with item 404,2a. Bedding, after which fine grade and excavation for bells shall be done in the manner described above. 2. Where ductile iron pipe to be laid is larger than 24 inches, 24, in diameter, the trench bottom shall be shaped by fine grading to firmly embed the lower quadrant of the pipe. At the direction of the engineer, the contractor shall provide a template for shaping purposes. For flexible pipe and as an alternate to the above for ductile pipe, the bottom of the trench shall be excavated, undercut, and the lower quadrant of the pipe embedded in approved select bedding material in conformance with item 404,2a. Bedding, in accordance with lines and thickness as specified herein. 3. Subgrade filler. When laying pipe in unstable materials as defined by item 404,2a. 2. Bedding, the contractor shall, when directed by the field representative, under-excavate and remove existing unstable materials or rock, as directed by the field representative, and replace with subgrade filler material as directed and defined by item 404,2a. 3. Subgrade filler. 4. Pipe laying. The field representative will inspect all pipe before it is placed in the trench and will reject any sections found to be damaged or defective to a degree that would affect the function of the pipe. Rejected pipe shall be immediately removed from the site of the work. The contractor shall be required to commence construction and laying of pipe at the downstream end of the sanitary sewer outfall line and proceed non-stop in a forward upstream direction unless otherwise noted on the plans. No pipe shall be laid within 10 feet, 10, of any point where excavation is in progress. Pipe laying shall proceed upgrade with the tongue or spigot pointing in the direction of flow. Pipe shall be lowered into the trench without disturbing the prepared foundation or the trench sides. The drilling of lifting holes in the field will not be permitted. Pipe shall be pulled home in a straight line with all parts of the pipe on line and grade at all times. No side movement or up and down movement of the pipe will be permitted during or after the pulling operation. Should couple joints of pipe be out of line or off grade, they shall be removed one joint at a time and brought to the proper line and grade. The lifting or moving of several joints of coupled pipe at one time to close a partially open joint or to fine grade underlaid joints of pipe will not be permitted. Pulling or pushing a joint of pipe in place by using a crane, bulldozer, or backhoe will not be permitted. No pipe shall be installed in tunnels except as provided on the plans, or with the permission of the engineer. If the contractor finds it necessary to install pipe in tunnels not provided on the plans, he shall submit to the engineer, prior to commencement of work, a detailed outline of procedures, methods, and use of materials depending on existing soil conditions. No horizontal or vertical curves shall be permitted, except as authorized by the engineer. The minimum radius for the type sewer pipe used shall be as recommended by the manufacturer or grader and approved by the engineer. Before leaving the work unattended, the upper ends of all pipelines shall be securely closed with a tight-fitting plug or closure. The interior of laid pipe shall be kept free from dirt, silt, gravel, or foreign material at all times. The interior of pipe shall be cleaned of all foreign material prior to final acceptance of the line. All pipe in place must be approved before backfilling. Pipe shall be cut from measurements taken at the site and not from the plans. Necessary provisions shall be taken in laying pipe to provide for expansion and contraction. 5. Ductile iron pipe. Under no circumstances shall ductile iron pipe be cut or repaired using an acetylene torch. Cuts and repairs must be made by a cutting machine which shall be approved by the engineer. 6. Trench safety. All excavation and trenching shall conform to item number 700, trench excavation protection. 7. Laser beams. The use of laser beams for vertical control shall be required provided the contractor makes available to the inspector, when requested, a level and rod of sufficient sensitivity to accurately determine differences in elevation between points 300 feet apart with one instrument setup. No pipe shall be installed in tunnels except as provided on the plans, or with the permission of the engineer. If the contractor finds it necessary to install pipe in tunnels not provided on the plans, he shall submit to the engineer, prior to commencement of work, a detailed outline of procedures, methods, and use of materials depending on existing soil conditions. No horizontal or vertical curves shall be permitted in conformance with appropriate regulatory agency requirements. Before leaving the work unattended, the upper ends of all pipelines shall be securely closed with a tight-fitting plug or closure. The interior of laid pipe shall be kept free from dirt, silt, gravel, or foreign material at all times. All pipes in place must be approved before backfilling. When replacing an existing system in place, contractor shall maintain screens to prevent the entrance of construction debris into the sewer system. 402 For water main crossings. Where sanitary sewer gravity or force mains are to be constructed in the vicinity of water mains, the requirements of the design criteria for sewage systems of the Texas Department of Health/Texas Natural Resources Conservation Commission shall be followed. 1. Water line/new sewer line separation. When new sanitary sewers are installed, they shall be installed no closer to water lines than 9 feet in all directions. Sewers that parallel water lines must be installed in separate trenches. Where the 9-foot separation distance cannot be achieved, the following guidelines will apply. A. Where a sanitary sewer parallels a water line, the sewer shall be constructed of cast iron, ductile iron, or PVC meeting ASTM specifications with a pressure rating for both the pipe and joints of 150 psi. The vertical separation shall be a minimum of 2 feet between outside diameters and the horizontal separation shall be a minimum of 4 feet between outside diameters. The sewer shall be located below the water line. B. Where a sanitary sewer crosses a water line and the sewer is constructed of cast iron, ductile iron, or PVC with a minimum pressure rating of 150 psi, an absolute minimum distance of 6 inches between outside diameters shall be maintained. In addition, the sewer shall be located below the water line where possible and one length of the sewer pipe must be centered on the water line. C. Where a sewer crosses under a water line and the sewer is constructed of ABS truss pipe, similar semi-rigid plastic composite pipe, a minimum 2-foot separation distance shall be maintained. The initial backfill shall be cement stabilized sand, 2 or more bags of cement per cubic yard of sand, for all sections of sewer within 9 feet of the water line. This initial backfill shall be from 1/4 diameter below the center line of the pipe to 1 pipe diameter, but not less than 12 inches, above the top of the pipe. D. Where a sewer crosses over a water line, all portions of the sewer within 9 feet of the water line shall be constructed of cast iron, ductile iron, or PVC pipe with a pressure rating of at least 150 psi using appropriate adapters. In lieu of this procedure, the new conveyance may be encased in a joint of 150 psi pressure class pipe at least 18 feet long and 2 nominal sizes larger than the new conveyance. The space around the carrier pipe shall be supported at 5 feet intervals with spacers or be filled to the spring line with washed sand. The encasement pipe should be centered on the crossing and both ends sealed with cement grout or manufactured seal. 2. Water line/manhole separation. Unless sanitary sewer manholes and the connecting sewer can be made watertight and tested for no leakage, they must be installed so as to provide a minimum of 9 feet of horizontal clearance from an existing or proposed water line. Where the 9-foot separation distance cannot be achieved, a carrier pipe as described in 1D, above, may be used where appropriate.